Are Justin and Hailey Bieber heading for divorce? It's no secret that Justin and Hailey went through a rough patch almost immediately after they got married. But have things worked out? Or is this relationship destined for failure? Well, according to Justin's close friend, Justin is not sure if marrying Hailey so quickly was the right decision, and their future as a married couple seems less certain by the day. But will it really end in divorce? Stay with us, as we've got all the details. When Justin and Hailey Bieber got married on September 30th, 2018, after just months of dating, several fandoms were left in complete shock. Earlier that year, Justin had reconnected with his long-term on-again, off-again ex-girlfriend Selena Gomez, so the fans just couldn't wrap their heads around Justin marrying someone new so fast. In fact, Selena later revealed in her song Lose You to Love Me and that it took Justin just 2 months to replace her with Hailey.
The 2 months lyric that you have in there, that part of it for us would be worse than going through a breakup.
Yeah.
Is having to see someone with someone else so fast.
Yeah. And that, I think, I'm really grateful too, because I've actually experienced that a million times before.
And while Justin and Hailey did briefly date back in 2016, they both claimed it was casual at the time, and Justin said in an interview with GQ that he doesn't want to be held down by anything. The couple broke up sometime in mid-2016 and stopped talking for 2 full years. It wasn't until May 2018 that Hailey confirmed she and Justin were friends again. "We went through a long period of time when we weren't friends," Hailey explained. She didn't speak quite some time with him, and there was a lot of weirdness that went on. We've moved past that. Well, it looks like Justin was just as confused about this as his fans were. He actually admitted on The Ellen Show that he was very nervous about proposing to Hailey, not because he was afraid she would say no, but because he wasn't sure if he was ready for commitment and worried he wouldn't be able to stay faithful.
I think I was more nervous about, am I gonna make this commitment? Am I able to make this commitment as a man and be able to honor, what I say? Because that's a serious commitment when you say you're gonna love someone for better, for worse, and be faithful. That's a huge, am I able to do that? And so I think that was really what I was battling with.
Following his interview with Ellen, many fans pointed out how even as a married man, Justin still sounds very immature. And they also just thought it was weird how Justin explained his decision to marry Hailey by saying, "I'm just going to choose this woman." "I can't comprehend the fact that he is almost 26 and he still sounds like a teenager," one fan commented, while another one added, "I'm just gonna have to choose this woman. Wow, what a statement about your wife and the decision to marry her. Like he was choosing between a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. So sad for her." Some fans have even noticed that Justin often looks miserable in Hailey's company, and they're convinced he's tired of how clingy she is. The fans have also recently started saying they're worried about the way Justin treats Hailey because the chemistry seems to be completely off. And it looks like Hailey is, in a way, more into Justin than he's into her. One Twitter user commented, "Watching Justin Bieber's Seasons documentary only made them dislike Justin more because of the way he treats Hailey. It's clear that she's really into him, but it's like he's constantly ignoring her. I just don't see the chemistry," the fan said. Some of the recent videos of Justin's angry interactions with Hailey have gotten fans talking about Justin and Hailey's marriage being doomed, and some of them are saying it's only a matter of time until these two get divorced. "I hope Hailey Bieber takes the moment to finally realize that she should divorce Justin," one fan commented. "I mean, he treats her like blank, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. He's not a good person. He makes bop and soul seem dirty as hell." Many fans have pointed to the paparazzi video as proof that Justin doesn't treat Hailey like a loving husband should. As you can see, Justin literally slammed the car door knowing Hailey was coming right behind him. You would maybe expect this kind of behavior from the old Justin, but the new reformed Justin, who claims he's all about Christian values, behaving like this is definitely a red flag. In February 2020, Hailey posted a since-deleted Instagram story of her playfully teasing Justin about beating him at an arcade game. But Justin's reaction was anything but playful, and the fans accused him of being disrespectful.
Baby, I wasn't trying!
I beat you, accept it!
Many fans agree that this kind of behavior is not how you react when you're just having fun. He has a pattern of behavior that isn't normal and borderline blank. But his fans will excuse it, one Twitter user commented at the time. Oh, and let's not forget that after she broke up with Justin, Selena Gomez described herself as a victim of emotional blank. On top of his anger issues, Justin has also been showing signs of passive-aggressive behavior towards Hailey, which could mean he's getting close to reaching a breaking point and divorcing her. For example, take a look at this recent Instagram Live of Justin and Hailey discussing Justin's Lyme disease diagnosis. As Hailey was describing Justin's journey to diagnosis, Justin rudely interrupted her, and for a split second, Hailey looked like she was genuinely scared of Justin. At that point, Justin smiled as to suggest he was just joking, but the whole vibe was off, and Justin just kept talking over Hailey and acting like a badly behaved teenager.
I just answered. She was asking me. Huh?
Anyways.
They were asking me because it's my Lyme disease. It's not your Lyme disease. Are you worried about my Lyme disease?
Well, I was helping, in every freaking day, been the doctor with you for months, so.
Yeah, but
sometimes
they asked if I was scared about the Lyme disease because I'm the one that has it.
To top it all off, at one point, Justin told Hailey, "Listen to me, woman," which, whether a joke or not, sounds very disrespectful. One fan who watched the IG Live said, after seeing this video, Justin is so childish and immature. My only thought is that Hailey loves him more than he loves her. Disrespecting your partner is the most unattractive and heartless thing to do. Another person added, love can't be pure if there's a lack of respect. Being humorous kills the vibes sometimes. But does all of this really mean Justin might divorce Hailey soon? Well, that's what Justin's manager and one of his closest friends, Scooter Braun, recently hinted. At his recent interview with Van Lathan on the Red Pill podcast, Braun got candid about Justin's mental health and substance issues, and he also revealed he was genuinely scared that Justin would overdose if he let him go on tour.
I thought he was going to die. I thought he was going to go to sleep one night and have so much crap in his system that he would not wake up the next morning.
And while Braun didn't mention Hailey, the fans connected the dots, and many of them said Justin was lashing out at his manager and going off the rails because he had realized he rushed into marriage. In their joint interview with Vogue in February 2019, just months after they got married, Justin and Hailey revealed they had visited a marriage counselor. The fans thought that going into a marriage counseling during the honeymoon phase is definitely a bad sign. And many of them said that by the way Justin and Hailey talk about their marriage, you would think they'd been together for 20 plus years. The thing is, marriage is very hard, Hailey told Vogue. That is the sentence you should lead with. It's really effing hard. While this is definitely a true statement, it is kind of odd to hear someone who just got married talking this way. The Vogue interviewer also wrote that it's impossible not to feel in Justin's presence that he is still recovering from something, and said it feels like Justin has some kind of accumulated uncertainty about the attention of people close to him. And this is exactly what the fans have noticed too, that Justin seems uncomfortable in Hailey's presence, as if he's having second doubts about the marriage. Hailey also explained that something major went down shortly before she and Justin stopped talking following their breakup in 2016. Negative things happen and we still need to talk about and work through, Hailey said. Fizzled would not be the right word. It was more like a very dramatic excommunication. There was a period where if I walked into the room, he would walk out. Justin then told Vogue it's been really hard for him to trust people, and I said I've struggled with the feeling that people are using me or aren't really there for me. The singer acknowledged that he had made some bad decisions personally and in relationships, and said that those mistakes have affected his confidence in his judgment. It's been difficult for me to even trust what Hailey, Justin said, before turning to his wife and telling her, we've been working through stuff and it's great, right? The fans are now saying that when Justin married Hailey, he was broke and desperate and only married her to hide his pain. I really do believe that Justin got so heartbroken so much that Selena turned him down and married Hailey out of spite. But now we want to hear what you think. Are Justin and Hailey really headed for divorce, or will they work it out? Did they rush into marriage, and is that the reason they've been having marital problems from the start? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below.